Hey everyone, welcome back to the ZWSB.24 Live podcast. We are so glad that you all are here. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome, welcome. If it's a return for you, thank you so much for tuning back in with us tonight. We're so excited to be here with you. Sis, how are you doing today?
I am doing really, really well. I'm so happy that it's Tuesday. Tuesday is becoming one of my favorite days because we get to meet
Yeah.
each other on this podcast and just chit chat, spill the tea for a little bit. And we get to bring something new, fresh, and exciting to you guys that are watching. So if you are tuning in again tonight, thank you again, like Z
Yes.
said, for watching.
Thank you guys. And so, if you are new, we want to introduce ourselves. I go by Z, and this is my best friend of 26 years, Stephanie. And we're just so excited to be here. This is just us sharing our story, sharing our journey, past, future, present. And so, we wanted to do something special this time around. If you haven't seen season 1 and season 2, please go back and look at those. Those are pretty fun too. But we wanted to do something different called Spill the Tea, where we have a jar, and my sis is going to be the one pulling it today. Yay! And we don't know what these questions are, guys. So it's just random and it's just real talk. The good, the bad, the ugly. And then so we just encourage you guys to, tune in with us, engage with us. If you want to comment below, we will comment back with you and let us know your answers too. So are you ready to get started, sis?
Yes, I am ready to get started. So, my sis Z, she did it the first 3 episodes, and she would say, I'm so nervous. And now I get it because
Yeah.
now I'm the holder of the jar
Yes.
with God knows what question is going to come out. And don't mind me, I'm all about reducing, reusing, and recycling. So, this is like a honey jar that I repurposed
Mhm.
for our
Yeah.
Spill the Tea episode 4. So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and pick a question.
I'm
If
curious
I can.
though, did you find these online too, or did you just come up like, well, I guess you weren't doing
So,
it yourself because you
I
wouldn't
was like
see them.
searching online,
Okay.
and so I feel like before I pick the question, let me just say that I feel like some questions are very, very extreme. Like they're really spicy, like
Hey,
adult-like questions,
I'm all
and
in.
then some questions are like really dry. Like,
Okay.
what board game is your favorite board game? And I'm like,
Oh
mm,
man. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know if we're gonna have a lot to
We'll
talk about,
see.
but
We'll see.
here we go. Should I
Uh-oh.
pick this one? This one flew out.
You if it's a lucky one to you and you want to do that one, that's fine. Or if you want to throw it back in there.
All right, here we go. It's opened.
Are you ready?
Okay. All
It's okay.
right. Have you ever scoffed or rolled your eyes at your parents and why?
Oh wow. Yeah, yeah. I've done it. Matter of fact, I think it's a natural like reflex. I know. So for me, I would always talk, like mumble. I don't know if you've ever
Mhm.
done that. Like I will literally mumble something and they'll be like, "What did you just say?" And see, if my mom is watching this, she's the type of parent like she came into my life. We're a blended family. Came into my life when I was around like 9 or 10 years old. And I remember I got my last whooping, like tag team whooping with her and my dad. And she's the kind of person like at the time, she's probably laughing at this, where she will like, spank and then ask a question and then you answer. She'd be like, no, don't answer the question. Why are you talking like that to me? And I'm thinking, I mean, I'm getting my butt torn up right now. I'm trying to answer you because if I don't answer, you're going to say something. And there are
Right.
yeah, and then I just remember growing up, like if my parents, because don't get me wrong, like we're parents too, and there are times when I have a certain tone and I say something in a way to make my child want to say something. Not that I don't know, maybe because I just want them to say not
Like
something
you're
because they're not,
edging them on,
yeah,
like do
because they
something.
right because they don't say anything like that. This generation, my generation, us, oh yeah. I used to talk, and actually, my sister, my mom used to do this one thing where if my sister talked back, she would literally like pop her lip like this, and I used to be like, "Oh yeah," I used to always talk back,
Man.
or behind their
So
back.
tell me about a time that you may have done it and you regretted it. Like, you were just mad and you did it and you were just like, I don't even.
Not towards my parents, but towards my sister for sure.
Oh, really?
Um, yeah, and it was actual racial slur that I had no idea what it meant. And I think it's because a couple of weeks before I said this word, my mom was really adamant about Black history, right? Just knowing your roots. So we literally watched the series Roots. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's a very
Mhm.
long movie series. I think it's like, I can't remember, like 6 or 7 movies.
It
And we
is.
watched it. And I remember my sister doing something, saying something mean to me, and I called her the N word. Like, and I think I was 11, Stephanie. Like, and I don't know what it was. And I did it like kind of not really out loud, but in a way where I was like, I hope she heard me when I walk off. And she did. And she told my parents. And I got a whooping the next morning. I remember going to bed with 2 layers of sweatpants, like sweatsuits, just sweating underneath my blanket at night. They didn't do nothing that night but tag teams me the following morning. Oh, yeah, but I don't think I've ever said it, like, directly at their face on purpose for them to hear me. I have rolled my eyes before, but if my parents are watching and I have, please let me know, comment below, because 'cause I'm curious to try to figure out and remember when that happened. What about you?
Um, yes, I have done it.
Mhm.
Um, I've done it as a child, and I've done it as an adult. Because
Mm.
I don't know if this happens to you guys. So, now I was scared of my parents, like, not my dad, not I mean, I of course, like, you have a certain type of reverence for your parents, like, respectfully. My
Mhm.
dad wasn't really the type to yell or spank. Like, if you got spanked by my dad, you did something really bad,
Yeah.
and, like, you were gonna get it. Um, yes, people, we come from the times of
Oh,
spankings.
yeah.
And that I can say today I am straight and narrow, maybe because of it. You did something wrong. Like, our parents laid out the expectation and
Oh, yeah.
they were like, if you do this, you can get a spanking. If you lie, you can get a spanking.
Mhm.
But yeah, so like my mom, she is more vocal. And so she would like always like talk, 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 talk. But when she would get upset, she would just talk about everything. And I would just be like,
Yeah.
"Come
Yeah.
on, be done already, please. Like, please be done already." And so, I mean, I've done it as an adult too, because no matter what, parents are still going to be parents.
Right.
And sometimes, at times, she'll get the fussing, and I'm like,
Yeah. I agree, but I do think sometimes it should be allowed to a certain extent, because it's like you have to, because being a parent too, you have to understand that y- your children are also like grown, like us. We're grown.
right.
So we have to still be respectful, yes, but then there's
Oh, yeah.
a point when you're like, okay, this is where I draw the line because I am an adult now. I have my own family, or I do things a certain way. Um, and I need you to respect that as well, but I also need to respect you. We need to figure out, what that is for us and work on that. But yeah, no, I get it. I know I haven't been around your family, and well, recently back in the fall, I think it was for your daughter's birthday, and
Hmm.
but before that, I haven't seen them for forever. Matter of fact, I even haven't even been to their house since, I want to say, like middle school,
Yeah,
maybe
I think
freshman
actually
in
high
high school.
school. Yeah,
Yeah,
high
and
school is the last year you were.
I just remember, like, both of your parents are so kind. I just remember, like, when I walked in that house, I knew who was the boss, and that was boss lady, always. Um, and I would say the same thing. That's how it is in my family now. I my dad to me seems more passive aggressive, but my mom seems more aggressive. But I think that's just her being the mom. I mean, that's just kind of how
Yeah.
it always is, but she's never been, like, rude or anything like that, but she will tell you. It's like no filter. But my dad is kind of like, you have to work really hard to really get him upset, and when he gets upset, then he's upset. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, my it's kind of the same. I don't know if it's that Asian culture that's within them. Like I know your family's Trinidadian, and
Yeah.
maybe. I mean, I'm Asian, but I grew up with my stepmom, my dad. So I don't know what the
Right.
dynamic of maybe it's African American.
Well, okay, and so here's the thing. So I feel like this is just my perspective. I feel like West Indian people, Trinidadian people who I grew up around, they're a beautiful group of people and I love them. I love being Trinidadian, and everything comes with it, but they're very, very passionate people. So we speak with our hands a
Yeah,
lot. We're very animated, if you will. Um, and I think that that part of it, we always have something to say
yeah,
about something.
yeah.
And I'm not sure why that is the reason. I mean, I remember being quiet as a child, but my mom's very, very opinionated. And I like that because when you think about it, and you look back at history, women weren't really allowed to be
Oh
opinionated
no.
or
Mm-mm.
say much at all. So I
Maybe
do
that's
admire.
why. Maybe that's why the women in the family just see,
Maybe.
because they've always had to keep their mouth shut, and now it's like it's time to get all of this stress from our generation,
And
generation
generations
past, just
before.
like spewing out, just ready to let it let it out. Um,
Well, I mean, to just go back to the
yeah,
question, yeah, I've done it. Now, did I want my parents to see it? No. I did it like behind their back. And I think it is like a teen reflex or a young
yeah.
adult reflex or a reflex of annoyance, if you
Oh
will.
yeah.
Um, Now, I will share this. So, Brayden, my 4-year-old, she doesn't do it, but I have a 13-year-old,
Mm-hmm.
and he doesn't if he does it, I don't see it.
Mm,
And he really and I don't know if, like, my husband and I, we've set an expectation of, like, "You better not do that," but
yeah.
he doesn't roll his eyes, he doesn't talk back, but he does have the teenage, like, face,
Oh yeah.
resting teenage face.
RBF. Yeah. That.
Yeah, and so sometimes when I'm talking to him, he's literally like
But that says a lot too, though. That almost feels like it's like he's
it's
talking
like a
back in his mind. He's like, "I'm not gonna let it out here, but I'm gonna let it out
right.
right here, like in my mind, and
But
make sure
such good
teenagers."
self-control.
Right? Really
That's great
good.
self-control. I couldn't do that. I couldn't just be
Yeah. Yeah.
like,
My
I would have
son,
to
Christian, I love you, son, if you're watching, but he knows. Actually, he knows, but he'll deny it. Like if I confront him about it, he does. He mumbles all the time as he's walking off. He'll do this little shake with his head and mumble, and I'm like, "What? What did you say?" Like I will literally ask him, and he's like, "I didn't say anything." I'm like, "Yes, you did." I said, "If I had some cameras up in this house, you would see what I'm talking about." But it's like almost so, and it's quiet too, so I don't know, and that's what's so irritating. I'm like, just go ahead and just say it. Let's just go. It's not the
but
best way to be.
are you ready for that?
You know what I am. I just feel like these teenagers, they need to really I'm not gonna lie, my kids are really great kids though. Like they're really great in school. They don't get into fights. Like they're just really great kids. And they respect me and my husband, and they respect each other's like siblings and everything. But I am all about like, let's just go ahead and talk about this, because I just kind of want to solve whatever issues going on so that it doesn't happen again. And then also the other thing is I do want to set my point, but I also want to understand too, so I can understand what's going on in their mind, because it's just one of those, teenagers just a hard age. I remember, being in that age, and it's just hard. And when it was like a don't ask, don't tell, don't say anything, and then you start doing things in your life that you look back like, I shouldn't have done this. I'm the kind of person just like lay it out. If you're mad at me, tell me, because I don't want to go to bed like super upset. I don't want the anxiety, and I don't want you to be
Yeah.
depressed, and I just want to be able to talk it through. But but I would say my oldest, oh yeah, he would just, I don't actually, he didn't even talk in his breath. He just told me what was on his mind, and it wasn't always the best thing. Like I don't think he knows. Like, he's just really real and he talks. He doesn't mean to be rude. It just comes off like that. And he's always been that way. And he'll come around, and apologize for something he said if he feels like he wants to. But he's always been really good at least expressing. My other one, Christian, I always wonder like what's going on with that kid's mind. Like, he kind of muffles under his breath. But I mean, he comes around, he's very loving. And then Jade, I'm curious to know how she's going to be. We're really really close right now, but I have a feeling that she's probably going to be doing the same thing like teenage years. Actually, I have a feeling that your daughter is going to be the same way. Your daughter does not. You could read her face clear as day.
Yeah, you
If she don't
can.
want you to touch her, she gonna give you that face. If she's having fun, she's gonna let you know she's having fun. There's just certain things that she does.
Yeah. No, I agree. My daughter, and I don't know if this is like a COVID baby thing, but for a while, like she liked who she liked. And if she didn't know you, she wasn't talking to you. Like people would say hi to her and she would just kind of like, and I know your husband, he makes fun of her all the time and he'll say, "Hey, I'm gonna hold you. I'm gonna
Yeah.
give you a hug," just to, get under, just kind of like
Yeah.
get under her skin. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be interesting to see how they are. I think that as parents, we're progressive. Um, my parents did a great job, I think. I
Mhm.
think I turned out pretty good, but I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie, it's a little rough. I don't think my kids, excuse me, can survive,
Oh, I don't think mine would with my
like, at
parents
all.
either.
Like, not at
Um,
all. They
yeah,
would
I
get beat
mean,
down,
right, right. Like, but to be
like, beat
honest,
down,
yeah.
down, down.
But but I feel like a lot that I've been taught, like, I mean, for one, we're Christians. So, in the Bible, it says if you spare the rod, you spoil the child.
Mhm.
My children are spoiled. I'm not going to, like, I think they're more spoiled than what I was, but it's an equal balance because what my parents taught me, I don't think I think I've actually, and maybe because I had boys, like I was surrounded by girls growing up. Like, I have a half sister. I mean, we're, years apart, but she would come in and out. But me and my sister, we were much older, when we met each other. We were like 9 or 10. So we kind of passed some of that. There were just a couple, like I said, a couple times where there was some spanking involved. But it was very like minimal. But growing up, like my dad, I mean, I was an only child and he was a single father. And there were times that he got on my behind, followed by ice packs. Um, but I carry that on in my family. I'm not suggesting that for anyone. I mean, you parent the way you are, but gentle
Mhm.
parenting, I feel like these days is what's the reason, which I'm not going to get all the politics about it, but I think is a lot of the issue in today's world because
Oh,
parents just
yeah.
kind of like our generation just lets their kids do whatever, have everything. I think there needs to be a balance for that. There's a
Oh, yeah.
time to
For
tell
sure.
and yeah, to tell your child they're doing wrong or, you know, where they have to sometimes they have to suffer their consequences. They have to miss out on something or we've got kids that stay up late at night now looking at phones till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Like, we're not like that. Like, my oldest, I mean, he's an adult now, but my middle child, Christian, I mean, he's got to be in the bed 11:30, phone off by midnight. Like, he doesn't turn it in, but I'm just saying, like, it's off by midnight, and that is it. There's no staying up, even on the weekends. I'm like, he'll stay up to play games till like 1:30, and that is it. I'm not, because I want them to be responsible and understand,
Oh, yeah.
what is expected of you. And when they were children, they didn't listen. Depending what it was, yeah, they got their spanking. I had a sad spoon though. I think I've only
I
used the
remember
belt a
you
couple
saying
times.
that.
I have the sad spoon, and my little girl, she's only had it like 3 or 4 times, so she knows, and she hasn't had like a spanking in like probably a year,
Right.
because it works. I mean, I don't like to instill fear, but they need to understand who's in
Oh,
charge
yeah.
right now, and you have to understand because if you don't learn it here in this house, someone's going to teach you
Mhm.
out there in the world, and it's not going to be a pretty thing. Like, some you're going to have to learn, right? But
Right.
I want them to know that here and know how to navigate it and respect us here so they know how to behave when they're in the real world.
No, I agree, and let me just say this. I feel like this is teaching consequence. So,
Yep.
hey, you roll your eyes, you make it grounded at 13.
Yes.
like my son, Braden, you haven't seen Braden since the fall.
Mhm.
Braden's taller than me now.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So I'm not going to spank you because now I may hurt myself spanking you.
Right.
But no, I mean, one thing about that, I mean, especially like we have to express our emotions if we're
Right.
feeling upset or angered. We did it in a way not to see our parents. So we didn't say it outright. We mumbled it. It was still not right or rolled our eyes. And I feel like, you know, if we were to do that, we would have been punished
Oh,
accordingly.
yeah.
Either grounded, something taken away, or, if we were younger, spanking. Same thing. I feel like, definitely talking through things
Mhm.
as they happen. It teaches our kids consequence. And like you were mentioning about gentle parenting, that could be the primary reason why we have so many young adults that just think they could do whatever they want.
Right. Yeah.
Um, you know, I mean, we're not saying not to be an individual, but there are parameters that you should stay within.
Right.
But that's enough about that. I hope that you guys have enjoyed the question
Yeah.
out of my spill the tea jar.
Yes.
Next week, Z will be pulling from the jar, so we'll see what we get. But I understand the feeling of being a little
Yeah.
nervous to pick something out
I
of a
might
jar.
I might let you do it again next week so you can be
You
nervous.
You know what? Since you did 3, we're gonna do 3 for 3. So
Hey,
I'll
there
do
you
it
go.
next week. There you
Yeah,
go.
you
We'll do
you
3
can
for
do it
3.
next week, guys. You heard her.
So, since Tuesday is our new favorite day, we want it to be your new favorite day too. So,
Yeah.
we will see you guys all next week on Tuesday, June 10th at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yay.
Now, if you're wondering where you could find us outside of YouTube, you can see us on Facebook and TikTok. So, please like, share, and subscribe
Mhm.
so you can see more of us and people can see more of us too. We love bringing this to you every Tuesday, and we are excited to do that too. Without further ado, I'm going to say bye to my bestie and my
Bye,
sis, and
sis.
we will see you guys next Tuesday. Bye.
All right. Bye.